So is property investing still viable in a post-COVID world? What with all the changes with legislation, tax, and also supply and demand? Hi, my name is Tony Law from Your First Four Houses. My channel is all about helping you replace a job-based income with just a handful of investment properties so that you can give up the day job if you wish and go and do something more interesting with your life. If this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that bell notification icon so that you don't miss out on any of the free content that I give you each and every week. So let's quickly scrub through those three negatives first of all. And do you know what? I then want to give you 7 really positive reasons why I think property investing is still the place to be. So first of all, what about the increased legislation that all landlords are facing? Yes, there is increased legislation, but you know what? It just comes down to education, and I'm not trying to flog you some course here. There's loads of awesome, free or relatively cheap resources out there where you can keep bang up to date with the latest legislation. I always fly the flag for the NRLA, and as always, I'm going to put a link below. I'm not affiliated to them, but they'll keep you bang up to date with the latest legislation for a modest amount of money each and every year. It's hardly anything. Just pay it and you'll keep bang up to date with legislation. What about tax? Everybody's crying about tax. And you know what? I totally get that. I totally get the negative impact that is happening at the moment with regards to tax currently. And let's be honest, there's probably going to be some future tax changes which are probably not going to be favourable as far as landlords are concerned. But if you sit down with a property savvy accountant and give them all of the information on what you're currently doing and what your plans are moving into the future, do you know what? They'll do everything they can to keep you on the right track and minimise the tax payments. So pay the money. It won't cost you that much. It'll be the best money that you ever invest in yourself, I would suggest. And what about the changes in supply and demand? Now, there are some big changes in what tenants are actually wanting when it comes to rental properties. Absolutely there are. And I think there's going to be some continued changes moving into 2021, 22, 23 and beyond. Ultimately, you need to make sure that you're providing the best accommodation for a tenant so that they stay there for the long term, in my opinion. So there are changes, there are shifts in supply and demand. There are areas where there's now greater demand, where previously demand was sinking. You've just got to do your research. You've got to research before investing anywhere. By the way, Simon Zucchi, one of my mentors, had this amazing phrase which I think kind of sums it up. We live on an island with a limited supply of property and a growing population. Ultimately, I think over the long term, that is the key. Ultimately, I think over the long term, we should all still be investing in property. But let me give you 7 really positive reasons why I think this is still the place to be. First of all, properties are very easy to research. People make out that it's really difficult trying to work out where to invest or what you should invest in, but actually get yourself just even the most basic level of education. It's not that difficult to research any property in the UK, or any area in the UK for that matter, and I have done videos on this before. Borrowing is relatively easy, but it's absolutely cheap at the moment. Borrowing is very cheap. Go and speak to an independent mortgage broker and you may be stunned by how cheap borrowing is at the moment. You can buy properties below market value. Now, I never believed you could do it, but you absolutely can buy dramatically below market value. What does that mean? Well, it means that you can either flip that on and make a profit, or more intelligently, you can recycle your cash back out of that deal and go and use that cash to go and do another deal. You can buy properties below market value. You can add massive value to a property, thereby enabling you to refinance and pull your money back out of the deal again. That's another major reason why I think we should be putting our money into property. By the way, if you're finding this video in any way helpful, I would really appreciate a like if you'd be so kind. I know that you only need 4 or 5 of the right type of property to be financially free. 4 or 5, that's all you actually need. Anyone can do that. Honestly, they can. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Can you do that in 18 months? Absolutely, you can. You could do that in 18 months, maybe 24 months, and be financially free and never have to work again. That's what property gives you. Now, if you want more details on how you can achieve all of that, check out my mini course. It's completely free and it will teach you exactly how to achieve that. It will give you cash flow today. Property will put money in your pocket every day today. But you also gain from capital growth over the very long term tomorrow. And above all, you can replace your job-based income. Your job-based income that you could be working in until retirement within the next 18 months. Honestly, I still feel strongly that property investing is the place to be, and if you make a start today, you could replace your job-based income within the next 18 months.